and the players are probably feeling a little cold. We have a shallow kick just past the 10. Panthers get their hand on it, aren't able to recover though. Principia looks to be setting up for a box kick. And pressure coming down. Oh, there's a knock off the box kick. Handily, but we've had a lot of weeks since then, and it's good to see both teams now able to perform late in the season at their best. Principia's put in. 8 takes the ball to 9. A little bit of a poor pass. Principia's fly half runs through, takes the tackle. Forward pops through. It might be Principia's number 8. Principia playing fairly quick ball, it looks like, and just pushing Northern Iowa's defense. We may have a try. So this kick needs to go at least 5 meters. And it's anybody's ball in the air. Oh, that's going to be might be a penalty for hitting in the air. Nope, ref might be calling both as contesting. No, he has given. We'll see what happens with that if he'll give it keeper's advantage on. Taking a kick to touch. They did a tap and run and a scrum before, but ref just getting the back line set up. Nice win by Northern Iowa, and that line out very simple. Good dual tackle. Principia not able to steal the ball, and good pace by Northern Iowa moving that ball right out of that ruck. But support player that not there. In the next phase, Principia gets their hands on it and is able to. It looks like the kick was not good. The ball's being played. Iowa's fullback taking it out from the in goal. We have very, very deep. These are beautiful fields here. Emerson Fields in St. Louis. They're new as of a few years ago. Very flat, beautiful grass, and very deep in goals. Possibly the full 22 meters. It's quite nice, but that allowed Iowa to play the ball. Oh, Principia rips the ball out of the tackle, but then loses it forward. But then calling a hands there. But Principia going to ground when they shouldn't be. That's what I'm seeing out of that. So Iowa choosing not to kick, probably because of the wind, just maintaining ball position and has drawn advantage again. Nice stable scrum. Yes, Principia is able to get there early enough. Gets that ball before Iowa's ruckers get there. Principia's fullback takes a quick tap and great contact. Principia good body position. Iowa's loose head prop standing up just a little bit, but they are holding nicely, recovering that ball. That's the key point for both teams. Just get that ball out of the scrum and play it. Very nice run by the Panthers and picking up an extra 4 or 5 meters after the contact. And we've been seeing this these first 10 several moments ago. We have a tap and go. Score is still 5-0 Principia. Iowa looks like they have a very solid game plan of keeping possession of the ball, hard running, and making Principia play defense. As long as they get their ruckers in place fast enough, they're going to be tough to stop. And that's where Principia has gained the ball, has been when when Iowa's ruckers have not been present in Principia. They're going to test the outside instead of running up the center. Continuing with the pod play. Oh, but we have a knock. I'm not sure who they moved into place there. Scrum is stabilized. The ball is in. Very good drive by Iowa. But Principia's 8-man does escape. He's on his feet, and Principia has the ball in the ruck. Oh, Principia's winger breaks one tackle, breaks two tackles. Third tackler, great low ankle tackle to stop the attack. Oh, wow. Principia now mirroring with their, instead of spinning the ball wide, they're just hitting hard and seeing what if Northern Iowa wants to play defense. And it looks like Principia has slid through the defense. Oh, it was the far side. I didn't see who was in Spay because it was on the far side. Little bit of a short kickoff again. Too low for Northern Iowa to get there and challenge. Principia's taking the ball back up through the halfway line. But good post tackle. Stopping the threat. Oh, but Bradley has skid through, and Principia is off to the races again. Another beautiful tackle by Northern Iowa to stop a try. Both teams get set up. We have call this a slow ball. A lot of defenders, not a lot of Principians on that tackle. It's good the runner came back inside towards his support. Otherwise, that would have been an easy ball for Iowa to poach. We have a chip kick down into the in goal and out the side for a good place to attack. They choose a deep kick back to back to their 22. Strong attack by Principia. That ball comes out of the ruck just fine, or in the ruck. Oh, we might have a knock there. And the referee has called at low 15, but just a few minutes left on the yellow card. All right, so Principia takes it out the right. We've got a little bit of a 3-on-3. Damilola's just going to keep it. And all right, so we have another goal line dropout, and we're back to where we were 2 minutes ago. And we're going to try this again. Good launch by Iowa, getting the defense up there. Gaining about 20 meters, and they've been awarded a penalty. So it looks like Principia's ruckers were slow to get there. The ball carrier had to hold, went to ground, had to hold onto the ball. That is not allowed, and Northern Iowa is gonna get a chance at offense here. Northern Iowa almost able to slip through. Oh wow. Okay, so Northern Iowa's chosen to tap and go off that penalty. When you have a penalty, you and have the ball, you have several options of what happens next. And they've chosen to tap the ball, basically kicking to yourselves and attacking up. And we're seeing that very strong, hard running from pods again, just off the rucks. Principia recovered the ball off that tackle. We have a 2-on-1 on the outside. And puts on. And usually they will match. All right, the referee's giving his instructions. Crouch, bind, engage. Nice stable scrum. The ball, scrum half rolls the ball in. Principia. Referee's letting the play. To be 10 meters back from where the ball is thrown in. Principia misses the ball on the overthrow, but what we call the fireman picked it up, cleaned that up for them, and gained quite a few meters. Principia creeping inside the 22. A quick pass, and Principia is in for another try. Have been kicking fairly shallow, but not quite getting the height they need to really compete. Much better kick. Much better kick. Didn't go 10 meters, and causes a quick decision to be made if that kick does go a little bit short. 8-man takes it out, pass to the 9, pass to the fullback. Fullback has a chip kick down. There's a sprint to the corner. Northern Iowa fullback was able to catch it. Had to get rid of it off a kick, but it was not. He got height, but he did not get distance. Oh, he pulled that kick back in. Halfway line. Deeper kick. You can see that wind just pushed that ball back, but the defense was not really running onto it. Did not get there. That is a recoverable ball, but they had chosen to play it a little bit safe there and not try to press. And we have a box kick from the scrum half. Seen quite a bit of that from Principia, from the Thunder Chickens today. Iowa now with a chance to counterattack. Some interesting passing there. Back to seeing that nice hard running. Oh, Principia might have an opportunity for that ball though. Iowa maintains it. Might have a gap here. Nice hard run. Again, grinding away several meters at a time, and it's being effective. And they've drawn. Oh, he's knocked it on. Oh, crouch bind, crouch touch engage. The old call, very old call. Crouch bind engage. Excuse me. That ball is rolled in. Iowa with a nice drive. Able to disrupt a play it looked like Principia wanted to play, and Principia's back line has knocked it on. It's left in this half. Principia up 26-0, but it's been actually a pretty even game. University of Northern Iowa actually got 4th place last year at Nationals, and Principia lost in the round of 16 and won their next game, so somewhere between 9 and 15 is where they ended up. They did scrimmage each other earlier this year, with Principia coming out on top fairly handily, but it was early in the season. A lot can change. So very Iowa's loose head prop. Oh, he's there. Looks like loose head prop playing inside center. He is a speedy and thick guy. Not easy to tackle. Iowa here, good opportunity here. They've got the overload on numbers. Oh, but we're not able to get that ball out quickly enough to take advantage. But they did have the numbers over by the sideline there. Principia is doing a nice job of low tackles by and large. A low tackle isn't necessarily always the best choice, but today it is being effective in slowing down the ball surprisingly. Iowa has some choices. They could kick for points. They're going to kick to themselves, looking for that try. Still maintaining good ball possession. Again, they've strung a lot of phases together, and we see that again here. Phase being anytime you have the ball and then there's a tackle. So having consecutive ones means you're maintaining possessions if there aren't any whistles happening. Oh, good opportunity here. Principia defense there, but Iowa knows how to gain a couple yards off a tackle. Clearly very good at making progress after the tackle. Principia, you will see it doing some two-man tackles, it looks like, where one's kind of taking the body and then another's trying to get the hands on the ball. There's a good chance for a high tackle, not an illegal high tackle, but again, they could kick. Oh, nice progress after the tackle there. That runner was able to gain quite a few yards. Full speed runner picks up that ball off a nice pass. Principia tackler, feet still barely able to make the tackle, but gets it. And Northern Iowa keeps pounding, and they've made it in for 5. All right, we have the start of our second half. Principia College Thunder Chickens are up 26-7 over University of Northern Iowa Panthers, but it has been a close, hard-fought game. Excellent running, excellent tackling so far. Weather is still cold, low 30s, and UNI now has the wind at their backs, and that will help them out this half. It's back 5 meters from the back of their side of the scrum. When that ball is rolled in, it's supposed to be rolled straight. Both teams doing a fairly good job. Little trick play there. Bradley with the ball, and he is speedy and hard to tackle, and he is going to take that try fairly far away from the posts when he actually touched the ball, so there's an easier kick. So Matoka misses that kick. That's a harder kick to make with that poor angle, and the wind today playing a factor as well, making kicking a little bit of a guessing game. Principia recovers the kick. The box kick we see again. Mankato and Principia is going to kick for touch. Touch is the fancy word for out of bounds. There's a 1 meter tunnel-ish between the players, and it's supposed to travel down the center, but the team throwing it in has 2 advantages. They can, 1, throw it a little bit more towards their side, and 2, they know the timing and the height and the distance of the throw. So it's a big advantage. Oh, Principia with an opportunity there, but the Principia player misses the pass, throws it down to a UNI player on the ground, and is called a penalty for offsides. I'm not sure what the offsides there was, but Principia off the penalty, taking the option to just play the ball quickly. So you'll see players kick the ball to themselves, and that allows them to continue to play off the penalty. Time where we see some mauling action. We'll see. Yes, so we go to a maul. UNI not prepared for it. Did Principia get it in? I don't think so. Everybody's still scrambling around. And that's going to be a try. So Principia just picks the ball up out of and those playing games, and the kick missed again. And so last year's tournaments help with that. UNI tries to take a little break now. Nice feed, Principia with a nice stability there on the scrum, and the scrum half's going to take the ball from the 8-man, run it down, a little bit of a pass. We got one more pass. Oh, Principia's captain just takes it into contact. Outside center picking it up, only about 1 meter away from the goal line. But Principia should have scored that earlier if they'd made that pass. Uh-oh, ball bouncing around. And it looks like Principia has, we're going to see what the ref says. Did we have a knock? Did we have an offsides? So he's awarding, so Principia must not have scored. Perhaps it had been a knock, but there was also an offsides. And so Principia gets the ball 5 meters away from the goal line. And now have one, other than UNI losing one scrum that they had put in. I think each team has won all of their own scrums today, so they're very evenly matched. Little quick play here. Ball to Principia, number 10 captain, Demir Kansi. And we have a penalty on. Not sure what that penalty was. Maybe he was rolling around. Team onside because the assistant referee that should be doing that was doing something else. relative conference strength, which is important for anybody coming next year that might want to get a second team in from their conference. All right, UNI maintains little drive on the scrum. UNI moves that ball back through the scrum quickly, moves out to the back line, but then they choose to kick. And Principia on the counter attack after recovering the kick. UNI wasn't able to get any pressure. I think maybe they're relying on the wind and it just did not drift that far. It wasn't windy when that ball came off the foot. Principia in off that, and you'll see the kicker here gets to have a much easier kick from UNI. Very good kick, very competitive, just not quite enough height there and not quite enough speed off the line to compete for it, but very close. Principia with a nice counterattack, but little mess around the ruck, bodies lying around, and one of their UNI's props slow to get out of the way, and that's going to give Principia a penalty advantage. We'll see what they do with it. They're going to keep attacking. That advantage should be over now. Principia's gained some distance. So in rugby, you have there's a penalty, the referee may not blow the whistle right away. If it is advantageous for the team who did not commit the penalty, so that they may have a scoring chance, for instance, and you don't want to take that away from, and that's a little bit too long. So maybe there had been a second penalty in there. UNI almost able to keep, which isn't an official penalty, but when the ref tells you to get moving, you need to get moving. So Principia, that's a maul, very good maul. They've gained maybe 15 meters off that. They're still going, and they're going to score off this. So UNI not ready on the maul defense off the line out. We have about 8 forwards and 7 backs. Substitution in for their forwards. Still had a nice drive. Cleared that ball, but we saw that very flat passing with people standing still. And so UNI's defense not only to shut it down, but able to actually rip the ball out of the hands of Principia. And now UNI with a chance to attack, but they drop the ball and we're going to have a knock. That's unfortunate. For the forwards are getting a little bit tired of the scrums and upset at people dropping the balls because keep coming back to scrums, and we have a knock there. A Principia player acted as a blocker. Blocking is not allowed in rugby, and so that's called obstruction, and it is against the rules, and so UNI wins the ball, but has coughed it up at the tackle, and Principia has regained own drive cadence. Once the 9 rolls the ball in, usually you're gonna a penalty on UNI's prop. Their loose-head prop must probably wearing number 1. I don't see him. Best Park. These fields really are gorgeous. So thank you to the park system for having them for rugby. Principia, beautiful throw and catch on the line out, and then a very nice transition passing down the line, hard running, and then not quite making it in off that ruck. But UNI, I guess just two in the back line plus the scrum half are substitutes. Looks like at center and at wing. So the 8-man takes the ball, the 9, little struggle there. They don't quite communicate well, he and the first receiver. Some pushing and shoving down near the goal line. Maul did not form. And Principia inches away from scoring. UNI just trying to keep the ball off the field. Principia has to put downward pressure on the ball to score. Crossing the line is not enough. And UNI, very strong defense. It says that 3 phases in a row where they held strong and still keeping Principia out. Yet another phase. And Principia is able to punch it in over there. That kick did not. And again, trying the short kick. Principia put on the scrum. Looks like the 8-man's going to take it out, pass to the 9, out to the fullback who is playing as first receiver, Andrew Matoka, weaving through some defenders. Principia there to ruck. Passing the first pod, who runs it back in over the ruck. Interesting angle there. Gains a bunch of ground, and Principia scoring in the. He's got the leg. Oh, so close. Still very cold here. For those of you who have seen Chance the Rapper's SNL sketch about hockey at Madison Square Garden, feels a little bit like that right now. Strong defense again by UNI here. Good pressure. Principia's really been having good quick balls today and moving the ball out of rucks nice. Interested to just slow the game down. You don't want to get cold, but there's no use in hurrying. UNI very here. Principia with the line out. UNI was up early, which is illegal, so that was going to be Principia's ball no matter what. Linus taking it in, good contact, good tackle. Oh, slow to ruck. Principia too slow to ruck, but they are having to run over UNI players, but did gain the ball anyway, so referee didn't need to make any decisions about who's at fault there. Jay coming up, passing the ball. Another pass out to Principia's captain. Okay, Principia swinging it back, but no trick plays really or anything. We have the tackle line. Oh, but UNI man not up necessarily in position, or maybe playing a little bit of a trap. And so Principia's gotten up into UNI territory. Ooh, good run, good tackle. Ready up! I think the tackling for both teams has been one of the standouts today. There have not been very many missed tackles. And have been a lot of solid tackles and a lot of solid ball running. So this has been very nice to watch. Principia several phases in, attacking, getting up close to UNI's 22. Ball, little pod play. Principia looking a little bit disorganized. You're not seeing the ruckers in place there. And not quite set up, but they do pass the ball back to Andrew Matoka, UNI, and then Principia right here on this very field, kicking off in half an hour. We're going to have Minnesota State in Mankato against Mira Costa out of California, and then the winner of that game will play here on Sunday, and the loser will play the loser of this game. Principia with a great. Have another scrum. If you think you're tired of hearing that word today, think about how the players are feeling in the scrum. Great run by, I believe it's at probably the number 10 for UNI. We had a missed tackle out by Principia and able to string it together. The player who missed the tackle did get back and make that tackle. UNI just not quite able to convert on that, but did get all the way up to Principia's 22. They just haven't had the ball much this half, but now showing just how dangerous they can be. And we're going to start seeing this hard running again in the pod plays. I'm expecting that we saw them do very well in the first half. Before the ruck was able to get his hands on that ball, UNI just a little bit too